Today, we're digging into a really fundamental shift in how we all work with AI. It's about moving past just using AI as a tool and into the world of actually building with it. We're talking about how to turn your own unique expertise from a one-off prompt into a powerful, reusable asset. Okay, let's break this down. This is a pretty bold statement from the AI research firm Anthropic, and it's really the heart of everything we're talking about today. The idea is simple. The AI agent itself is already incredibly smart. What it's missing isn't a brand new agent for every single task. What it's missing is your knowledge, packaged up in a way it can use over and over and over again. Oh man, if you've ever tried to use AI for any real work, you know this feeling. It's that moment when you craft the absolute perfect prompt. You get a fantastic result. And then the next day, you have to do it all over again, explaining the rules, the format, the tone, from scratch. It's kind of like having a brilliant assistant who has absolutely no short-term memory. And look, this constant cycle of re-explaining things, it's not just frustrating, it's a massive bottleneck. This is the reality for most of us right now. Every time you start a new chat, you're basically starting from zero. The quality of what you get back depends entirely on how perfectly you phrase that one specific prompt. That approach, it just doesn't scale. This chart just lays it all out so clearly. On one side, you have manual prompting, which is totally disposable. It's a one-time thing. It's also super expensive because you're paying for all those instructions and tokens every single time. But agent skills? That's a completely different ballgame. They're a reusable asset. You're literally creating intellectual property that gives you consistent results and only cost you when it's actually being used. So, what's the solution to this whole mess? Well, it's a complete shift in how we think about this. Instead of constantly prompting and reprompting, we need to start teaching. We encode our expertise just once, and in doing so, we create a permanent upgrade for our AI. And the core of this whole shift is this thing called a skill. Now, don't let the name intimidate you. A skill is really just a reusable instruction file. It is not complex code. Think of it more like a clear, step-by-step recipe that teaches an AI how to do a very specific task your way every single time. This analogy is perfect for understanding where skills fit in the big picture. You've got the huge AI models. Think of those as the processors. Then you have the agent runtimes, which are like the operating systems. Both of those are built by a handful of giant companies. But skills are the applications. This is the App Store layer. This is where everyone gets to build and innovate and customize. So this all sounds great in theory, but how do you actually do it? How do you take what's in your head, your expertise, and put it into one of these skills? You might be thinking it sounds super complicated, but you're about to see that the whole system is designed to be surprisingly simple. Get this. A skill is literally just a folder with one file inside, a markdown file called skill.md. That's the entire structure. And that simplicity is completely intentional. It means the real experts, the accountants, the lawyers, the marketers, they can build these skills without ever needing to become programmers. Seriously, if you can write a clear checklist, you can build a skill. And building a really good, solid skill follows this clear, repeatable process. You just figure out the problem you're solving, write down your first draft of instructions, and then you jump into this simple loop. You test it, see how it performs, you improve what's broken, and you repeat. You just keep doing that until the results are exactly what you want, every single time. Now, a single skill on its own is incredibly useful, but the real power, the real magic, gets unlocked when these skills start working together, like players on a team, as part of a bigger AI system to handle really complex work. This brings us to a super important relationship. A skill gives the AI the how, too, right? That's the expert procedure. But to do anything really useful, it needs data. It needs the with what. And that's where something called the Model Context Protocol, or MCP, comes in. Think of it like a secure phone directory that gives your skill access to live external data from anywhere, APIs, databases, you name it. So when you put all these pieces together, you get this incredible team of AI specialists. You've got your skills, which are your team's unique playbooks. You've got sub-agents, which are basically other specialized AIs you can call on to do specific jobs. And then you have MCP, which acts as the secure data pipeline to the rest of the world. Altogether, they let you build your own custom automated team of experts. Okay, so why should you actually invest your time building these things? Well, The payoff here isn't just about convenience. It's about solving a massive underlying technical problem and creating real strategic assets for you and your organization. So first, let's talk about the problem skills solve. It's this issue called token bloat. See, when an AI connects to external tools, it has to load the instructions for all of those tools into its working memory. So an agent with, say, 1,000 tools could eat up 150,000 tokens of just instructions before you've even asked it to do anything. That is incredibly inefficient, and it costs a ton of money. And this is where skills are an absolute game changer. Instead of loading the definitions for every possible tool, a skill tells the AI exactly which one to use and how to use it. The result is it's staggering. A token reduction of up to 98%. That's a massive, massive improvement in both speed and cost. So the payoff here is just huge. We're talking about creating reusable, scalable intellectual property. You're slashing your token costs. You're making sure everyone on your team gets consistent, high-quality results. And maybe best of all, because this is all based on an open standard, your skills are portable. You are not locked into one AI vendor. You're building an asset that has real, lasting value. And this really brings us full circle. The whole paradigm is shifting. We're moving from just using AI to actually building with it. And the most exciting part is that the tools are finally accessible enough for anyone to take their unique knowledge and turn it into a powerful automated capability. So really, the only question left is, what expertise are you going to teach AI first?